Great. So I'm Caroline Hart from Kent Life Coach, and I'm here with Jeremy from TW Reiki.
Hello, Caroline. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
And this is one of my videos about my collaborative connections, because I'm really passionate about supporting people to feel happier and better with themselves and their lives. And I'm very aware that though I'm a coach and I can help people in all sorts of ways to move forward with their lives and feel stronger as individuals, I'm not the only solution. And there are many, many ways that we can boost ourselves up and plug ourselves into positive energy. And Jeremy is just that. I would consider Jeremy to be an absolute boost of positive energy, and one of the people I go to support myself. So as a coach, I think it's really important that you look after yourself and you keep yourself in a good, healthy space, because if I'm going to support others, then of course I need to be supporting myself. I've got to walk the walk and talk the talk and really be in a good place. And if ever I'm feeling a lower ebb, or I'm finding my emotions a bit more challenging, one of the ways I will support myself is to go and speak to Jeremy, because Jeremy is a Reiki master and has a wonderful way of delivering. I'll let Jeremy explain to you what Reiki is, but delivering a treatment that really, really, for me, has made a massive difference. I feel lighter, I feel more positive, and I feel more able to go out in my world and do the things that I need to do after I've had a session with Jeremy. And I quite often recommend Jeremy to my clients, and I've had so much positive feedback from the people that have been to see him, and so many of my clients, my friends, have commented on the difference it's made. So I'd really like you guys to know about Jeremy and Reiki and the difference it could make, because it may be a really positive choice for you, and it's such a easy, natural, calm way to look after yourself. So I'll stop talking and I'll introduce Jeremy. So Jeremy, please tell us about you and your work.
Okay, so what is Reiki? This is kind of like the $64,000 question, because actually Reiki is actually a very difficult thing to describe, but it's really something you actually really have to experience. But I have a form of words I can put around it that actually perhaps give it a bit of perspective for you. So I really just describe Reiki as a simple, gentle, yet deeply relaxing, hands-on healing treatment. It actually originated in Japan and has moved through Hawaii to North America to Europe and then across the whole of the UK. So it's the actual treatment itself is incredibly simple. Literally, you're using energy that I channel through me to the client, and normally their feeling of this energy treatment is literally deep relaxation, a rich flowing warmth wherever I gently place my hands, and it really does actually switch people's minds off and instills a moment of calm. Not only does it instill this moment of calm, but when it's there, it holds them there for the term of the treatment. Now actually it's rather more of a holistic approach to the whole person, because it actually balances and harmonises everything about you: mind, body, emotions and spirit. So it's a real multitasker, and it gives a complete time out, even for busy people. I've actually had people who have come straight from the train, walked up from Tunbridge Wells station, and they're absolutely frazzled, and they will be convinced that they are not going to be able to relax. After 5 minutes, normally they're absolutely kind of zonko in the word, and in a deeply relaxed place, and you can hold them there for that period of time. But whilst it's not just about relaxation, the Reiki then works a way to balance and harmonise everything about that individual, actually release blocked emotions, help people move on with their lives, let go of past emotional traumas or stuff. So a real multitask of a treatment. And in terms of people who have come to me, my youngest daughter has been 6.
Wow.
Bless her. Who was starting a new term or a new class, and was extremely nervous. And even for children, Reiki can be absolutely fabulous. I think my oldest client has been 82, who tried Reiki for the first time. And how inspiring is that? For that generation, where perhaps something a bit alternative could seem a little bit out there, but no, they absolutely loved it. Also particularly safe during pregnancy. So often I treat women through all stages of pregnancy, right up to within a couple of weeks of them when they're actually expecting their babies. One of those things that's a real multitasker and can benefit all individually. it's a bespoke treatment for those individuals.
It's amazed me really the difference it makes in my life and how resilient and calm I feel. And for me, because I do a lot of talking therapy, so for me to do something where I can turn up at Jeremy's and he has a therapy couch, a therapy bed. And for me, I know I can turn up at Jeremy's, I will lay on the bed. Jeremy gently covers you with a lovely blanket. So you feel, I love it, you feel sort of tucked in. It feels very safe and secure and a very calming space to be, just a space where you feel like you can breathe, you can stop and you can just be. And to lay there and to feel bathed in, so Jeremy literally just rests his hands. It's not manipulative. There's no, it feels very safe, very secure. And literally, he just lays his hands on your head, your shoulders, very gently. And it feels really safe and yeah, calming, warming. If nothing else, I think it gives you an hour out to lay. If you believe nothing else about it, it gives you an hour to lay flat and be calm and be still. But it's so much more than that. For me, I feel like I'm bathed in love. I feel like I'm just bathed in love for an hour. And the boost that to be truly loved is what all us humans need. And the boost that gives our system is so amazing. And other people report all sorts of things, don't they? All sorts of amazing experiences.
Personal and different experiences, whether it's on the physical side, often they can have quite visual experiences, or they can often feel as if there's someone with them as well, else with them during the treatment. They just feel incredibly calm. It's rather like, often they were actually, from a client's own description probably, it's rather like being aware but not quite there. So they're aware of what's going on, but they feel deeply relaxed, but as though it's just switched off the mind for that hour. But Reiki just works on so many different levels, and Caroline's already explained, there's no manipulation, there's no pressure, there's no massage, and I gently work in these varying hand positions, literally from the crown down to the feet, and it's really about actually following your intent. So there are different areas of the body that are actually linked to something called chakras. And there are actually 7 major chakras in the human energy body, and each one is linked to physical, mental, and emotional aspects. So as a practitioner, you can be drawn just to focus your intent on different areas that can relate to different physical aspects. And many people who have long-term stress, what tends to happen is they can actually come with a physical ailment. It could be IBS, aches, pains, stiff neck, stiff shoulders, but quite often the cause of this is actually long-term stress and tension. So Reiki tends to work on the cause, which is the underlying, absolutely emotional problem. And then the physical aspect tends to release once the emotional side has actually has been helped to be healed.
And of course,
so
sometimes we don't know, do we? We don't even know what the thing is that's creating that. And that's where Reiki's, so with a talking therapy, obviously it's useful to have a conscious awareness, whereas with Reiki, you don't really know why you feel that way, you just want to feel better. Reiki can do that because you don't need to know.
It does sound a bit strange, but Reiki actually is an intuitive energy healing treatment. So actually the energy goes where it needs to go and works on the level that it needs to work on, whether it be physical, mental and emotional. I mean, some people of course do like to chat and give you an idea of what's going on in their lives and perhaps what they want some help with. But with Reiki, you don't actually, if someone doesn't want to, they don't need to say anything. The Reiki will still work just as effectively to work, as we say, as practitioners say, for their greatest and highest good, whatever that may be. And underlying, people just feel better and happier in these treatments.
Just like that, the doorbell goes. Thank goodness there's somebody else here to take that. The other thing that, certainly from my perspective, I was always very sceptical about Reiki and things like this. I thought they were all a bit woo-woo and a bit out there, and how can it really make a difference, and does it really make a difference? And I think these questions are all, I think, for those that believe and feel comfortable with this, great. But for those that don't, I can completely appreciate that. But it has been amazing, and I think sometimes it's one of those things it's safe to try, to give it a go, and it may be the difference that can make the difference. For you, certainly clients have come back to me, and I've had people just come back with such amazing tales about how much better they feel. And even a couple of my maybe more sceptical clients have gone, I'm not not sure it's for me, and they've had that sort of questioning expression in their face. So clearly there was something there, because it's not like, oh no, that was just ridiculous. They've never, ever, ever had anyone come back saying anything like that. They've all come back with like, oh wow. And then of course, so many have come back and said, oh my goodness, that makes such a difference. I can't believe how much better I feel. I can't believe the experience. I'm definitely going back. And for me, one of the lovely things is if a client chooses to work with me, but also chooses to have Reiki, of course, that's working on the energetic body, as well as discovering new ways to cognitively to think about things differently, exploring new behaviours with me, while having that energy boost to feel more positive from Jeremy. And it can be a real powerful combination to really help somebody, consciously learn different things, but also deeply unconsciously and spiritually change.
Absolutely. I mean, if someone has said, well, what does Reiki feel like? I can only take you right back to my very, very, very first tried Reiki. That was a lady who also did reflexology, and she did a leaflet about Reiki. So I thought, I read some of these benefits about physical, mental, emotional balance and feeling calm, and it was a time when I really needed to have all the things it said. So I thought I would try this. I had no idea what it was like, what it was going to be, but I was still drawn to try this. As kind of like described, I laid on a very comfortable sort of therapy couch, had a nice blanket over me, so I was tucked in, so it felt very nice from the word go. I think the therapist's working already under the circumstances. And then when this lady started, she just had placed her hand gently over my eyes and one over around my heart area here. And literally what I felt was rather like a gentle searchlight of warmth from her hands felt it went through me, through the table, through the floor. And then I was just so deeply relaxed with this deep flowing warmth going through me. And the actual treatment felt as though I'd been there about 10 minutes, but it was an hour. And I remember coming away thinking, literally my only thought was, well, I don't know what that was, but I'm going to do it again. Because something inside me said, this is just so good for me. I was completely calm and still, and had added perspective on things rather than feeling overwhelmed. Subsequent treatments gave me clarity and the courage to make changes to my life that were needed, and it cut through the fizz and fuzz of life and really guided me on a very much better path.
And of course, that was very much true for you, because you've gone from being a city banker
I was one of those city bankers
to a spiritual Reiki master
in a trading room to becoming a holistic sort of practitioner with Reiki. Purely with Reiki, it was something I found so beneficial to myself. Then I was actually inspired to learn Reiki for myself, and I attended all 3 training workshops. There were 3 degrees of Reiki training with a lovely lady called Julie Yarrow, and actually when I'd completed this training, it was so nice to be able to thought, actually, I wanted to practice this new skill. And so I was treating family and friends, and some friends would come, and then I'd get the feedback, and they would say, oh my goodness, my sister's just got to come and try this, it's just incredible. So I kind of morphed in slowly treating other people part-time, thought actually, well, I could probably make this into just a little part-time business. And it has just grown from that, literally purely from recommendation, people's curiosity, and literally people seeing tremendous benefits, and actually in many ways being transformational. Certainly was for me. And if other people feel an element of that, then that's absolutely fabulous. I had also done a master teacher course as a follow-up, so it really taught the basics of structuring training for Reiki, which I really wanted at the time just to complete the circle of my training. But then when I had clients coming along, and they were so inspired by not just the treatments, by how it had affected themselves personally and their lives, they were saying, I noticed that you're a teacher. I'd really like to learn this for myself. Could I actually do this with you? And literally, it's one of those things. I had 2 or 3 people ask within a couple of weeks. I also got a couple of email inquiries out of the blue saying, I really would really like to learn Reiki, and I heard that you are a Reiki master and a teacher, a qualified teacher, so would you be able to arrange some workshops? So I was getting messages from left, right, centre that this really is what I ought to do. So it was lovely as part of I describe it a ripple effect of Reiki, so people experience it, They practice it for themselves, and then to be able to share it and treat others, and then in time maybe to inspire others through teaching of Reiki so they can use it for themselves, continues that ripple effect of Reiki that's just travelled from its original inceptions in Japan to where we are today.
And that's certainly what I've observed, because I've observed you over several years on this journey.
One person at a time, simple, just by their simple experience. There's no hard sell, there's no big push. It's just a gradual, gentle ripple effect of people's own experiences and recommendations that have actually spread the word.
Yeah. Your world has evolved, hasn't it, really beautifully with just that, trusting the energy and using the Reiki to draw people in. So I feel very, very comfortable recommending Jeremy and suggesting to people that it might be something to try, to experience. And for me, it's something I do regularly, and I feel better. I feel so much better and stronger when I've done it, and I feel it's just it's everything that Jeremy said. So how do people find you, Jeremy?
Well, I've got a website that's www.twreiki.co.uk, and on the website there is actually a full sort of outline, really, of sort of a bit more detail of what we've discussed today in terms of what Reiki is, how it works, how it can help in different aspects, and also actually what happens, what to expect during treatment, and what to expect after. And there's my contact details and address there, and so you can see a few shops at the garden, so you can see roughly where I live. Fortunately, I do live in a nice, quiet, tranquil location, so it's perfect for actually treating people. As long as the neighbour doesn't start up with a chainsaw, we're fine, which very rarely happens. But do have a look at the website. There's lots more information there, and of course, if anyone wants to get in touch, there's my contact details. I'll have to chat and answer any questions anyone may have. You're very, very welcome to come along and try Reiki. Something to experience for yourself, without any doubt.
Or learn Reiki, learn to be a Reiki practitioner yourself, indeed, which is always an option. And of course, if ever you want to find Jeremy's details through me, by all means contact me as well. Really, really happy to pass his details on. So thank you, Jeremy. Thanks for talking to us today. And let me find my little off button. So thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
Thank you, bye-bye.